Welcome to the Conscious Pioneer podcast with your host, Stephi Burgess. Here we have authentic, from the heart conversations, helping humans awaken to their highest selves. More information at stephiburgess.com. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the show. Today we are talking about inner beauty, about shining your inner beauty, and how when we had that alignment with our femininity and our essence, our true essence really shining through from the inside to the out, that then ripples onto everything that you create in your life, all the projects that you have, and you start to see everything in a new light and come from a different space. So this is what this podcast is really about today, just helping you connect more deeply to any tension that you feel around allowing that beauty to be seen and to be heard and to be witnessed within yourself and with the outside world. And yeah, just really finding that way to integrate that into yourself. And also just sharing some of my experience about what I've been going through lately, which has definitely been about addressing and experiencing my ugliness and being able to find a way to use that as an opportunity to move past it, to see it, and to acknowledge it, and to take it in my stride as something that I would like to really integrate myself and help others with. So without further ado, this is the podcast, and enjoy. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. It is Friday the 8th of March 2024, and it's been just a hot minute since I came online. I am on like a ball, one of those bouncy balls, so if I'm moving around, that's what's happening. And yeah, I just really wanted to, well, I was coming in my room here, and it's been messy for a while. I've really been having a time of it in terms of so much inner work and transformation, moving into the next dimension of myself. And yeah, it's been a lot, but now I'm starting to feel the luminescence of it, my beauty shining through in a way that I haven't felt before. And I'm not wearing any makeup in this video. I have some natural light, which is great. I have a little cut on my forehead because we have like a place where we put our shoes, and then above it there's a rack that comes out which we dry things on, and I reached down to get my shoe and I forgot the rack was there, and then I got injured. Well, it's not really an injury, is it? It's just a little bit of a cut, a scar, hopefully not a scar. Yeah. So there's some clumsiness that comes with stepping into a new aspect of yourself. And there's a little bit of that I've been experiencing. I just fell off this ball a minute ago. I was like, yeah, that's it. I mean, these balls can be unpredictable, but I thought it would stay there and it moved. So anyway, part of what I wanted to talk about, what is my process, but also it is around beauty, our experience of beauty, our experience of ugliness, our experience of being feminine or masculine, and all the filters that are in the way of us experiencing our true selves and who we are meant to be. I apologize if you hear any background noise. Someone has just started doing some gardening. But it is what it is. And that's part of what I want to talk about. It's about imperfections. And it's about allowing our true selves to shine through. We have this image of beauty that is shown to us everywhere in the media. And everything that we see is filtered, is edited, is made slimmer, is made, the skin texture is different. Everything has been altered. And we think that is real. We think that beauty standard is what humans need to aspire to and to be. And so when we look at ourselves in the mirror, at least in my experience, I'm seeing my skin texture, I'm seeing various things in myself that I'm not seeing online. And yeah, there's obviously this unrealistic standard of beauty. And another thing that came across as I was going through my big period of change this month, yeah, a lot of my pain was coming around the way that I looked and the way that I hated how I looked. And I thought about the phrase ugly crying, because we hear it a lot, don't we? Like on TV, on wherever. It's like, oh, I'm ugly crying. I'm sorry, I'm ugly crying. Excuse me, like I'm crying. And I really want us to reframe that, because crying is one of the most beautiful things you can do. And when we have that experience of crying, of letting go, and I really wish there wasn't sound in the background. I'm just going to say, everyone, let's all just take a deep breath in, because again, I want these to be experiential. How are you feeling about your beauty? And I will come back to the point I was just making. How do you feel when you look in the mirror? What are you seeing? Are you able to see past the things that you hate about yourself? Are you able to see past your judgments and just see the beauty within? Do you have access to that? Is that something that you have any experience with? And that's just an open question to you. I was thinking earlier, because I spend so much time judging myself. I'm constantly looking at other people about things that I see in them and things that I would change or things that I would improve. And that isn't inherently a bad thing, because there's a difference between discernment and judgment and just perception and tastes. But when you're doing it so much to yourself and to everyone, but especially to yourself, I was thinking, would I be friends with someone who looked at me in the way that I looked at me and judged me in the way that I judged myself, and was mean to me in the way that I was mean to me? I would not be friends with this person, because every time I would see them, I would feel bad about myself. And yeah. So, do I want to continue to keep doing that to myself? No. I do not. And I go through phases, and this is definitely one, but it also feels like as you kind of become more aware of what's happening, you can define and see those things arising in you, and like you can observe it more, you can see it more clearly, you can hear it, you can notice you doing it to yourself. It becomes more clear about what is going on, what is making you feel unhappy. And that's nice when that happens, because it means once we have that level of observation, then we can actually shift it. But it's not a question of necessarily shifting or changing it. It's like, what can I learn from this? What is the opportunity here? And how can I be kinder to myself? But it is also, how do I delete this programming of self-abuse? Because it is abusive to constantly be looking at yourself and seeing your flaws and seeing all the things you hate about yourself and how much you want to change, and then acting from that position of changing. And then any beauty procedures that you do, or like going to the gym, if you're coming from that place of I'm broken, I need to be fixed, it's just going to kind of embed that frequency into you more. So I'm really just finding this new level of alignment with myself, the way that I see myself and my beauty. And ugly crying. Yeah. It's almost like the more human that we are, the more that we can see and release the filters that aren't us. And I say that in terms of, so when we're seeing things in the mirror that we don't like, it's often because it's releasing. It's either genetic patterns or things that we've picked up that just aren't the pure reflection of our face. So we feel like it's us, but it's not. So we're seeing it because it's sort of coming out of us, coming out because everything that we are, well, the purest essence of us is just this pure beauty. It's almost, it is this blinding beauty that is trying to shine through as our human vessels. And so we're seeing these things that are in the way of this blinding beauty. And why do we have them there? Well, it's a protection. In most cases, it's a protection. It's something that's protected us in the past. And now it is time to let it go. And we're seeing it because that light is shining on it. And we have to see how to almost be okay with it, because we know that on a deeper level, our beauty is trying to shine past this. So we're seeing it because it's releasing. If that makes sense, let me know if that makes sense. Please like and comment on this, because I'm just growing my business and it helps. And yeah, if this is on Spotify too, give me a rating. If you like it. And yeah, so my process lately has been so many tears. And I had a session with Zach, not yesterday, the day before, around this. And he really helped me connect with my beauty. And honestly, I've given myself such a hard time about this in my life. It's probably the biggest piece for me is there are times where I feel and I can see, I can see that I look beautiful. The next microsecond or minute in another mirror, I will see something completely different. Depending on the angle, depending on whatever. And some of it is also like this feeling of terror of inheriting my mom's genetic patterns, or just like losing my beauty, aging, losing my youth. And so there's this it's like this disdain for myself. Like, why do I see that, and how can I immediately reverse this? And I kind of want to just like tear it off me whenever I see it, or starve myself, or do something that I feel like would be an answer to that problem for me. But none of that is the answer. And it's been a really big initiation for me. And it feels like it's been so big because I'm meant to help other people with it, which is wonderful. It is a great honor. And yeah, when you're a pioneer in something, you have to kind of flail around a little bit before you find the answer. And that's great because I have a lot of experience in flailing around, so I can see where other people may be getting caught and just like, here's the fishing line. It's actually just catch the end of this and I'll show you. Just as other people have shown me, and yeah, what I want to bring in is this new type of beauty, and not just for women, but definitely for women, because I feel like as women, as feminine beings, we obviously men appreciate beauty, but the females and it depends where you lie on the spectrum, etc., forgive me, but it's like we want to embody this beauty. We want to emanate it. There's this power in this beauty, and it's also about owning yourself, your essence, your beauty. And it's like this queendom. It's like the element of being a queen, of being elegant, of just gracefully, elegantly moving through time. No matter what situation you're in, you literally always have that presence, that honor within yourself, demeanor, that way of carrying yourself, because you know who you are, and you know that your inner beauty is there no matter what. And it definitely is a case of kind of like just stripping everything back, and then giving yourself that permission to step into that level of power, of beauty, of radiance within yourself, and then honoring that with the clothes that you wear, everything that you do in your life, the way that you feed yourself, the way that you clean and you take care, and you have your little rituals for yourself, and also how you rest and rejuvenate and give yourself like all the permission to take the time that you need. And very often in our society, it is, I don't know, they call it rotting in bed now. But when we're going through such a transformational consciousness shift within ourselves and the human race and this world, like, you have to give yourself time. You have to have, like, for me at least, I have had to go through the experience of just having a messy room for a while, having a couple of messy rooms. And while that's not completely ideal, sometimes you just don't have the energy. Like, you get sick, you're completely transforming your identity, and it's very hard to like take care of anything else other than like you're just laying in bed and just trying to get some food and maybe sorting out the dishwasher and doing a little, like, my main spaces of cleaning have been the kitchen and my bed's clean. But around, I've definitely been slacking, but if that's happening, it's about not putting that extra layer of guilt and shame on top of that. And then just being in that space all the time. And I found myself in that space a lot. It's like, and so many things that I feel like ashamed about. Like, so I have a few responsibilities. I have a house next to this one, which is being renovated, including back garden, front garden. The front garden isn't in great shape. So I always kind of carry this shame around that, because I've been brought up with perfectionism and putting on a clean front, and that garden is like I haven't really thought about it for a while, but it's taking up space in this vicinity of shame and guilt, and I'm not doing enough, and this like needs to change. So that sits there, as does my allotment, because the weeds have started growing back and there's so much I want to do. And I also just haven't really received the inspiration around what I want to do with it, or the natural inclination for it hasn't been there in a way that I want it to be, because I want it to be this fucking amazing garden, you know. It's just like looks so beautiful and people are just like, oh, what a beautiful garden. And right now it's just quite sad looking, and it feels like a little bit of, there's shame there, and there's it just makes it harder for when you're in that period of there's not a lot happening, there's not a lot to Sorry. Let's just take a deep breath in, because I want to, as usual, invite this. And I'm also feeling my like attention in my back. So I just want to acknowledge that in myself, and also have you acknowledge your own space, your own experience in your body right now. So just noticing the space around you, noticing your body, and whatever sensations are happening in your body. And just taking a deep breath into anywhere that has any tension. And just noticing anywhere in your life where you feel shame and stress, and like you should be doing something, or you need to do this thing. And just taking note of that. And then just seeing where that resides in your body. If it was anywhere in your body, where would it be? Where can you feel that tension? And then if you can just imagine like a golden light coming into that space, taking a deep breath into your lungs, and then on the out breath, breathing that golden light into that space that you feel is tension in your body. And noticing any thoughts that come up around that, like anything that you hear in your head. And allowing some love into the space. And cutting yourself some slack. Like where the tension is, just like cut the slack. Like if you imagine just it releasing, like the tension releasing. Just allowing any bodily processes to happen around that. Because it's all just build up, right? And we can just open the dam and let it flow. We do not need to hold on to that. Just holding on to that tension and anything around that doesn't solve the situation in any way. Worrying about it, holding stress, feeling ashamed, feeling like you need to do it, doesn't actually help it get done. It hinders it, because it hasn't been helping, has it? We really need to open a new space of potential and possibility, and like new dynamics around how you engage with the responsibilities that you have in your life, and taking that weight off it, because it really, in its highest sense, it's just this natural process where you're in synergy with everything that you own and you take care of in your life, and it doesn't need to have that element of stress associated with it. It's like we can just let that go and then sink deeper into our bodies. So taking another deep breath in and breathing into our hearts, and then down our spines into our hips. Because if we're having an issue with the appearance of something, the appearance of what we're doing, what work we're doing, what work we're not doing, what we look like, if we can address the frequency behind that first, if we can just take some time to really feel into the potential of that thing that we want to work on, whether it's our own selves, whether it's a project, if we can really feel into that essence of synergy with this thing and ourselves, and like tie this new thread, or like allow this new thread to have more space, more energy given to that, the natural form of your relationship with it and the natural synergy and the natural beauty that inherently comes from your own essence. It's all coming from that integration, that self-integration and self-alignment with your true essence, with your true beauty that can shine through in its purest form and then shine upon anything that you're associated with, any project that you have. So you've got that shame and that judgment around the way that you look, that's going to come across everything that you put your hands on and, you know, everything that's in your experience. So give yourself that break. Give yourself that love. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you might see things that you don't like, but what if you could just tap into that light behind you, like that, and it doesn't like the light behind it, behind your face, behind all of it, that frequency of you, and allow that to burn through all of the filters that you can see, and have confidence that the stuff that you're seeing, if you don't like it, it's not anything to do with you, and not giving it that attention. It's like, okay, I see you. Yeah, cool. And I see beyond you. And I see my full potential. And I'm going to give that the space it needs. I'm going to give that the love. I'm going to give myself the love and the confidence and the trust that I am fucking beautiful inside and out. And if I don't see it, I don't feel it, that's because I'm growing. I am seeing past the old self that was me, and the new self is arriving, and it's just taking some time, because it literally takes time. But you do have to have that inner shine, which we all do, but that confidence and it's almost like the technology of the new consciousness. So if you join my meditations on Mondays, they're free. I just sign up to my newsletter on my website, stephiburgess.com. If you're really starting to put that effort into nurturing that space within yourself, like with meditations, with journaling, integrating this frequency work where you can actually have a safe space to expand into yourself deeper and explore what that feels like, and learn to really nourish and nurture that rather than be afraid of your own power. Because that's one of the biggest things that us humans have. Is like, whoa, we're seriously powerful beings. We're seriously blindingly beautiful. And it can be scary to witness that within ourselves. Yeah. So big one. Yeah. So it's just taking that time to really be kind and generous and loving and sink into that deeper. Yeah. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have watched it, please leave a comment down below. Please please give me some ratings on Apple and Spotify or whatever. And join me on Mondays if you want to elevate into that higher space of yourself. And what else? Oh, there's a Facebook group. So Mondays at 9 p.m. GMT, so that's English time, we have a half an hour meditation. And I also have a group called Frequency Nurturing. And everyone who's in the Zooms is in the group. Well, not everyone. Oh, yeah. Pretty much everyone so far is in the Facebook groups. And that's where I give the updates. You also, at the moment, get the replays as well. They are very powerful. And so, yeah, a lot of people have said that they just feel very calm after the meditation. So no matter what they're feeling beforehand, they're able to deepen into that space, and it's very beautiful and powerful sessions. So be prepared for that. And yeah, I think that's it for now. And I'm just sending you so much love and hoping that you see the beauty within yourself and really nurture that inner beauty as well. Yeah. And spend some time in front of the mirror and see that you are amazing, even if you don't look like the filtered versions society's version of the standardized beauty, which doesn't even exist or is possible. We all have our very own unique beauty, and I really want that to come through, even if we're not wearing makeup, even if we're ugly crying, and especially if we're ugly crying. And I really want to call it stunningly beautiful crying, because that's our absolute humanness. And I feel like beauty, there is a lot of beauty in ugliness, because we're really doing that transformational process. And if we're doing that, that is so beautiful and powerful. So it's reframing that experience of ugliness within ourselves. It's like a place of power. It's a place of opportunity. And I really want you to feel that next time you look in the mirror and you see that in yourself, just think, this is an opportunity for me to go beyond this and notice how much I'm changing and shifting, and how beautiful that is, and how powerful I am, and how amazing I am, and just give myself that honor and that kindness to really be my own best friend, be someone that I want to be around, and take time to give myself the credit that I deserve, cut myself some slack, and really nurture myself so that I can really nurture everything around me and all the projects I'm involved with, and see everything in a different light rather than so harsh and so judgmental, so mean and so demeaning and all the things, so that I can actually come from a space of expansiveness, nurturing, love, blinding beauty, and really almost effortlessly take care of everything that I have in my life, and trust that everything that is not meant to be will fall away. So if anything changes, things move and shift, having that deeper sense of trust that everything is aligning for you, and that everything is going to be okay, despite how much pain you might feel. Allowing the tears to come, noticing their beauty, not feeling guilty about it, and just allowing that experience of transformation, of release, of love, just to really move through and to help you become the newest version of you and love you inside and out, fully and truly, and your life and what is coming for you. So with that, sending you so much love. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you. And this has been the Conscious Pioneer podcast. And I hope to see you next time. Bye for now. You have been listening to the Conscious Pioneer podcast with me, Stephi Burgess. Please check out my website, stephiburgess.com. That's STEPHIBURGESS, to find out more about sessions, to sign up to my mailing list, and for the Monday meditations. Sending you so much love. Bye for now.